Well, it only took 2 hours and 45 minutes, but we are getting ready to kick off game 3 of the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl. It's the Georgia Force and the Cabarrus Stallions right here on 8-Man Extreme. Welcome to everyone. James Shannon, Brennan Daniel getting set for the trio game of today. I mentioned the delay, of course, with the rain. The second game, those young men had to wait it out, but they finished the result on the field, and now these young men get an opportunity to do so. We saw the JV version of this game earlier today. It was actually a good game. It was 20-8, but it was a very close, very hotly contested game, Brennan. And in terms of, they still have the same coaches and everything, so we're going to see the same systems, maybe a little more complicated. But in terms of these young men, after a delay like this, how they respond is really going to be very telling.
And earlier they have mentioned that they wanted the game previously to end because they were hyped to see it. So probably now going into this game, they have that hype and willing to play even harder probably than the last team because we almost saw a comeback.
Yeah, you had the successful onside kick, 2 scores, made it a 1-score game. It was right there. So we're doing the coin toss right now between Georgia Force and Cabarrus, but these two teams, both part of the formerly Pioneer Football League, now the Southeastern Independent Football League. So, Brennan, not only is this a game of pride between two states, you're kicking off the season in an environment like this, it's a conference game. This game not just matters for records, it matters for playoff records. That's a big deal.
So that means they're going to play even harder. They're going to do whatever they can to get this W, either team. And if it means that much, maybe we'll see even a rematch later on.
We'll be switched over to the field here momentarily, and we'll get you set for a kickoff between these two teams, the Georgia Force and the Cabarrus Stallions. Getting set up for the opening kickoff, Cabarrus will return. And here we go. A little bit better situation for the Stallions as well, of course, coming out. They're the home team. They're wearing the black jerseys. The JV team, they had to play in the sun in the black jerseys. Now it's cooled off, cloudy. They don't have to deal with that, so that's definitely a big positive. Force getting set to kick off. This is going to be number 88. Nope, I'm sorry, 28, Zachariah Duke. And Cabarrus with 3 returners back standing around the goal line. Arm goes up, arm goes down. It's football time in Tennessee. Kick is deep, back to the 5 where it'll be returned on the left-hand side, looking for the edge. Cannot get it. He is met just shy of the 30-yard line. And that's where the Stallions will take over 1st and 10. And as you see on the screen, this will be 10-minute quarters, as well as the final game tonight between Evangel and Cary. Don't go anywhere. Soon after this game is over, they're going to get that game underway as well. So both games, 10-minute quarters. I believe 10-minute halftimes to try to facilitate getting both these games underway and getting them completed. Give to the back. He might have gotten to the 30-yard line, but not much. Not much of a gain there, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Stallions coming out of North Carolina. I messed that up several times during the JV game. They are out of North Carolina, not South Carolina. And, of course, the Georgia Force coming out of Sugar Hill, Georgia. Give to the back, trying to get up the middle. And that Georgia Force defensive line, Brennan, these boys came to play.
Oh, yeah. They're winning in the trenches easily. This offensive line ain't staying the chance. As you're watching this replay, they're just bulldozing through. Look at those pushes and just getting off their men and tackling the running back.
Number 8, Teddy Helton, is the man in charge. He is under center. They're going with a split back formation. 3rd and 9. Give to the back. Has a hole. Busts across the 35 to the 37. And he will be a yard shy. He will be a yard shy of the first down marker. And right off the bat, well, they're going to mark it just shy of the 38-yard line. First down marker sitting dead on the line. Football is just shy of the line. So 4th and inches here.
I think you give it to your biggest guy out there. As you see right there, the big fella is down on his knees and just getting ready to bull through that defensive line.
Quarterback sneak across the middle. Got it across the 40. And for forward progress, he'll get stopped just shy of the 41-yard line. Got to be careful in situations like this. It can get volatile. These young men controlling each other, keeping each other accountable. But the most important thing out of that play, it's a Cabarrus, first down.
And when in doubt, QB sneak. If it's only 1 or an inch, just use the QB, snap direct, and go through.
Just get that quick jump right behind your center. That's when your linemen have to be able to fire off. So 1st and 10 from the 41. Helton under center. Mentioned they're going with a split back this drive. Pitch to the left-hand side, and on the carry, that's number 10, Randall Fanning. And a solid gain will bring up a 2nd down and 4. 2nd down and 5, rather. I'm sorry, Cal Forrester. I was calling number 10 for the Georgia Force. Cal Forrester is number 10 for the Cabarrus Stallions. My apologies. Now Cabarrus goes with 2 receivers wide right, but it doesn't matter. They're going to give up the middle. And that back will get stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's Forrester with the carry. So Forrester the back, and it is Helton at quarterback. I'm going to get these names correct at some point. It is Helton at quarterback. Forrester with a lot of the majority of carries here on the first drive. Another 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Under 6 minutes to go in this first quarter. And Cabarrus taking the approach of, we're just going to grind this thing out. Now Helton will move into the shotgun, flanked on either side. He'll take the snap, high snap, pulls it down, keeps it around the right-hand side, looking for the edge. He has it across the 45 and down to the 40-yard line. It's a Stallions first down, and Helton does it all.
And this is the great thing about having a dual-threat quarterback. You can just give him the ball, and he can just take it with him. Just look at that perfect blocking, though. There's no one able to touch him until the end.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line. Helton with the pitch to the left-hand side. And tripped up on the carry. Looks like 28 for the Stallions. That's going to be L.B. Harris with the carry. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Under 5 minutes to go. I mentioned Cabarrus. They are just fine grounded with playing a ground and pound game.
And it's working with them so far. Even with the quarterback getting a few runs, he's been the most help here.
And unless absolutely necessary, Brendan, I don't think they air the ball out, especially with the wet conditions. Give up the middle. That's Harris again. Spin move at the 25, across the 20 to the 17 or 18. And another Stallions first down. They are gashing this Georgia Force defense.
This one's all thanks to the offensive lineman. Once again, perfect hold. Defense just being too aggressive with the tackle, with the running play.
And that's a great heads-up play as well by Harris, using the spin move not to lose a defender, but on his way down, use that spin move, get your momentum, swing your foot around, plant it, and now you can keep going. So 1st and 10 for the Stallions. Force looking for an answer on defense. They haven't found it yet. Play fake. Keeper by Helton on the right-hand side, looking for a hole. He will get across the 50 where there is a flag, and then we will also have a flag back around the 30-yard line. And momentarily we'll get the call. And that flag, that might have been a false start, the first flag. That was an early hold, if it is a holding call. And it is against Cabarrus because they're talking to Georgia Force. Here's the call. So they will say that there was a lineman lined up in the backfield, was not on the line of scrimmage, hence the flag as soon as the play started. And then as Helton was running the ball, a hold called around the 15-yard line. So it's going to be first down, but it'll be first down and about 17 to go. And if you're Cabarrus, you hope that does not stall your momentum that you've been building here. Shotgun with a split back. Helton give to Harris, and Harris will get down across the 20. And again, a lot of laundry on the field. These officials making up for not being able to make calls for 2.5 hours. Close to 3 hours, and we'll get the call here. So false start called against the Stallions again. Moving back to the 30-yard line. And wild enough, Brennan, still first down. But now it is first down marker sitting at the 12. So it's first and 18.
At this point, you might think of passing the ball with all this yards you got. But so far, the running game has not been a bad idea for the moment.
And I love this. The head official, as you can see on the camera, head official in the huddle with the offense explaining something to the young men about the penalties that they've received and maybe helping them try to avoid those penalties.
That's what they're there for.
Just great proactive officiating. Here's the carry up the middle. That's number 32, Levi Williams. And a good hard run trying to get some of those yards back that will make it all the way up to the 19-yard line. So now 2nd and 11. A lot more manageable.
And that was perfect patience by the running back, just waiting for that hole to be created by the offensive line. He found it, he ran through it, and he took those yards.
Helton. Give to Williams. Not much doing there. Might have been. Nope, they'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage. But it is third down, 3rd and 11. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. I want to thank you for tuning in, whether you're in North Carolina, Georgia, maybe you're in Tennessee, Alabama. Maybe you're expecting to see the final game of the evening, and talk about that here in a moment. Flag flies. That's going to be a carry by Helton. He'll get up to the first down marker. And a false start. Illegal formation. So Stallions trying to figure out how to get this lineman that they have up to the line of scrimmage, because right now he is not on the line. They don't have these 7 required players on the line of scrimmage. If you're tuning in expecting to see Evangel Christian and Kerry Christian, in the fourth quarter of the Pack Panthers Lighthouse Warriors game. Had a lightning delay, a weather delay that started around 2:15, and it lasted until about 6:15, so about a 4-hour delay. I'm sorry, about 5:45, so about a 2.5-hour delay, 3.5. But we were able to finish out that Pack Lighthouse game, and now Georgia Force and Cabarrus Stallions are playing, and a big stop by the Force. And I mentioned, Brennan, the Force needed to figure out a way to get a stop, and they get it on third down.
And it was just the defense sending that blitz. You see those guys creep up. Everybody was ready for that run.
So now 4th and 15. Not sure about the field goal situation. I would assume they're going to go for it with these wet conditions, not trying to risk it. Coming up on a minute to go. No timeouts have been called, no incomplete passes, so clock has just been running. Georgia Force has not touched the ball yet. Want to give a big shout out to all 82 of you watching. Thank you for tuning in. And a timeout called by the Cabarrus Stallions. Papers have hit the floor, and so we'll step aside. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Fourth down, 4th and 15. Stallions trying to convert and avoid the turnover on downs. They have replaced quarterback. This is Case Garman. Ball's on the ground. Carmen is not able to pick it up. This is Forster able to pick it up, and he will carry it just shy of the 20. It's not enough for a first down, and the Georgia Force have forced the turnover on downs.
And it looks like they might have wanted to stay with the other quarterback because, I mean, sometimes switching things up isn't a great idea.
So the Force out of Sugar Hill, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. And Cabarrus Stallions just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Squaring off here in a conference matchup. It is a Southeastern Independent Football League matchup. Force will start in the shotgun. This is before I say the number wrong. This is 17. That's Quinavello. Looking. Fires on the left-hand side. Pass is complete. That's Elijah Arnasalam with the catch. And just like that, Brendan, the Force proved they're not scared to air the ball out, and a huge gain.
And this is just a nice quarterback read. He saw the pressure coming. He saw the zone, and he just beat it with that wide receiver getting wide open right where he needed to be.
And a hurry-up offense, about a 28-yard pass and catch. Hurry-up offense, ball's at the 40 now. Avello, give, up the middle. Big old hole, that's number 12, Anthony McCarn. He'll bust his way down to the 30-yard line. Well, they'll mark it at the 31. So he is shy of the first down, but it's 2nd and 1. And unless the Force decide they want to run a play here in the next 10 seconds or so, Might be trying to get the extra 5 yards with the encroachment. And they won't worry about it. They won't get it. And we will go to the first quarter. We're tied at 0. It's the Cabarrus Stallions, the Georgia Force, right here in the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl, right here on 8-Man Extreme. Oh, we're not doing kickoffs. Oh, it's into the first quarter. Ready? All right, well, we're going to start this second quarter. I had a massive, massive brain aneurysm. So we're going to start the second quarter. Georgia Force looking at a 2nd and 1. Fires on the left-hand side. What a catch. Oh, my gosh. That's Elijah Arnasalam.
And again, just climbing that ladder. Watch this play. He perfect little curl route right there. Boom, beats this man with a slip. Just gets up there and grabs that ball.
I formation, give to the fullback, and he'll get stuffed. No, they're going to say he's in. Touchdown, Georgia Force. Just like that.
Sometimes you just got to keep on moving.
Just like that. 4 plays. And the boys from the Peach State have taken a 6-point lead. And let's look and see if they go for 2 or 1 here. Yep, they are going to go for the extra point. It's one of the differences with traditional 11-man teams. Unless they have to, they're going to go for 2. Typically 8-man, with the way the numbers work out, they're going to go for 2. Traditional 11-man, they're going for 1. And that ball is way, way behind the athletic building. Duke with the extra point, and Georgia Force with a 7-point lead. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Georgia Force getting set to kick off here after taking a 7-0 lead. This is going to be Zachariah Duke putting the ball way back into the end zone.
What a kick.
And again, the ball is over the fence, so whichever young man, oh no, it did bounce back onto the field. So it will be a touchback, and the Stallions will take over, I assume, I believe at the 25-yard line. Yep, that's where they'll set up shop. Stallions burned just short of 9 minutes off the clock on their opening drive. Had some great moments and had a turnover on downs. Georgia Force had a massive 30-yard completion. Couple smaller plays and then one big strike into the end zone. And just like that, we've got a 7-0 ball game. 9:37 to go in the first half. This will be Helton in the shotgun. Flanked on his right. He'll take the snap, play fake, keeper on the right-hand side, tucks it, looking for the edge, spins across the 35, just shy of the 40. And that'll be a Stallions first down. Big run there, Brennan. Stallions now know, hey, we're going to have to answer. We were able to just kind of take our time, try to control the pace of the game. They no longer control the pace of the game.
And that's a great move by the quarterback as well. He was able to make a few guys miss. Maybe he just needs to keep it in his hands and able to run the ball a little bit more.
Helton, ball's on the ground. Bad exchange between Helton and I believe Harris. Stallions fortuitous, able to get the ball back. Helton with the presence of mind to fall back on it. But it won't be a terrible loss either. Be 2nd and 12. Look at that big guy hustle off the field. Number 98, Jake Wallace. He was moving. Love to see the hustle from the big guy. Cabarrus has now opened it up. They're going shotgun. Originally, first quarter, they were going split back under center. Keeper here by Helton, and he is met at the 35-yard line by this Georgia Force defense.
Now, when I said keep the ball, I didn't mean go straight up the gut. It's probably not the best idea for your quarterback.
They will mark the ball up at the 37-yard line. And it's 3rd down and 12. Stallions have yet to attempt a pass. And Cabarrus will lose 5 here. A lot of false starts on the day, Brennan. These young men, first game of the season, they've got to get some timing down, get back in the routine. And then these young men, on top of first game of the season, they're also dealing with this game kicking off 2 hours and 45 minutes after the original scheduled time.
And most of the blame has to go to the quarterback because the quarterback is mainly the guy that you rely on to get set and everybody ready.
Pass to the left-hand side, and it was a forward pass despite being behind the line of scrimmage. So it will be classified as an incomplete pass. And it'll bring up 4th down and about 15 yards to go. Rather 17 yards to go, and Stallions will have to punt it away. Back deep to return for the Force. Try to get a number on that. Stallions trying to get set, get the correct number of men on the field. I believe that's Arna Solomon back to return for the Force. Here's the kick. Line drive will bounce at the 40 and be fielded at the 33. Arna Solomon tries to go inside, bounces back to the outside, and he'll get forced out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So Georgia Force 55 yards away from a 2-score lead. And I mentioned earlier, and we do have a holding call against the Force. So they will take 15. No, it is. Yeah, it's against the Force. So originally the ball spotted at the 46. They will mark 15 yards off of that back to the 31-yard line. Well, they'll mark it at the 34. Okay. Holding being a 10-yard penalty. My mistake. So first and 10 force. You can see on the far side of the field, Kerry Christian arriving. Avello, pass to the left-hand side. It's intercepted! It's intercepted by the Stallions! And I think that's number 10. Cal Forrester with the interception. We'll try to catch the replay here. Nope, got the tail end of it. Apologize about that. Georgia Force air the ball out. And it was just a little wide receiver screen. Forrester with a Division I level read to jump up and intercept that ball. Give his team the ball inside the 30. This is the furthest down the field the Stallions have been on offense. Helton under center. Give. Nothing doing. This was Forrester with the carry. A little bit of miscommunication as to who the ball was going to. And so a loss of yardage on the play. They'll call it a 4-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 14. I'll mention for those of you here in a few minutes who are expecting Kerry Christian and Evangel Christian, that game was supposed to kick off 8 minutes ago. We did have about a 3.5 hour delay. Weather delay, and so finished the Pack Panther Lighthouse Warriors game, and we are playing this Georgia Force Cabarrus Stallions game. The carry there by Rinsman. He'll get down to the 24-yard line. Or Arnesman, sorry. No, it is a Rinsman. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Stallions would love to answer here. Force get the ball after halftime. Helton under center. Pitch to Harris on the left-hand side. Harris looking for the edge. Forced out of bounds. Just shy of the first down marker. And one of the risks that you take when you are one of the volunteers doing the yardage markers, you might one of the risks you take, you might get trucked. And a big shout out to the first down marker holder. He took a lick there from Harris and just rolled it off, took the hit like a champ. There's been some high school players I haven't seen take a hit that well. And then a little bit of comedy with the water bottles and all in good fun. 4th down. Stallions would like to convert here from the shotgun. Helton takes the snap. Quarterback keeper trying to sweep around the edge. Has the edge across the 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown Stallions. And Cabarrus has answered their second drive of the game, and they have put the ball in the end zone. That was Teddy Helton with the quarterback keep end around. Now let's look to see if they go 2-point or extra point. Looks like they're going to go extra point. Kicker is marking off his steps. 82 for Cabarrus. That's going to be Peter Burton attempting the extra point here. Georgia Force converted theirs earlier. Snap, set, kick. Burton is good. Straight through the uprights. And folks, here halfway through the second quarter, we got a tie ball game. It's 7-7, Georgia Force, Cabarrus Stallions. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Cabarrus set to kick it away. And this is going to be Burton handling the kickoff duties. They're trying to get the correct number of players on the field. There's the kick down to around the 24-yard line where it'll be returned on the right-hand side. That's number 4, Wade Comby. And it'll be a Georgia Force first down. So far here in the game, Cabarrus started the game with the possession. Almost a 9-minute drive, resulted in nothing. Georgia Force able to drive down and score. Cabarrus got the ball back. Their drive ended. It fizzled out. Force had the ball. Pass was intercepted by the Stallions. They were able to punch it in the end zone. That's how we got to where we are. Avello give up the middle, and this is going to be number 12 for Georgia Force. That's Anthony McCarn. Carry up the middle, gain of 2. It'll bring up second down. Shotgun formation. Avello. Pass on the left-hand side. Incomplete, intended for Arna Solemn. And in and out of his hands.
And watch this key block by the running back on this replay. If he doesn't make that block, it's a sack. Boof, right there. And then just a little bit off. I'm sure the secondary threw him off.
It looks like they're communicating and trying to clarify. So it'll be a legal shift on the previous play, which was an incomplete pass. So they will replay the down. They'll lose 5 yards. Brandon, I didn't see that flag come out. I'm not saying it didn't. But I did not see that flag come out.
I didn't see a flag at all, and there's plenty of time for him to throw that flag if that was the case.
So second and about 14 to go. Avello takes the snap, looking, fires across the middle. He's got his man Comby at the 45, 40, and he stretches his way down to the 36, Caterpillar style, and the Force are in Stallions territory, first down.
And the quarterback took a nice little lick before he threw that ball, a way to carry in and throw that thing in.
Give up the middle, and that's number 8, Preston Laracy. Not a lot there. It'll bring up a second down. Force on the move. Avello takes the snap, fires right, got his man Arna Solemn, quickly swarmed by those Stallions defenders. It's enough for a first down to the 27-yard line. I mentioned Marshall Comby for the Georgia Force. Last year, 99 carries as a running back for 630 yards, 4 touchdowns. On offense, 67 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 6 tackles per game on defense. But Comby, primarily playing running back last year, has kind of switched to a wide receiver formation. Pass to the left-hand side and incomplete. little miscommunication on the pass will bring up second down. Yeah, Comby, one of those all-stars last year in the 11-man All-American game. One of the very few young men as a junior that played in that game, primarily trying to go for seniors. But there were some juniors who played in it, and he was one of them. Had a great game, too, if I recall correctly. Here's the give to Laracy. He has met as soon as he crosses the 30 at around the 28-yard line. That'll bring up a third down.
It's almost like the defense smelt that run coming. No chance for even a move to happen.
A minute and a half to go here in the first half. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Now the Force will get the ball after halftime. So a score here, even a field goal, which the ball spotted where it is now at the 27, you think 34, 44-yard field goal. You'd like to get closer. 44 is tough. That's a long field goal. Comby in motion. Avello takes the snap, pressured immediately, fires, intercepted by the Stallions down the left sideline. This is number 99, Michael Hughes. He's all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Cabarrus Stallions. Avello with a rare interception.
70 yards.
And this is the second time that the Georgia Force have tried that short pass, and it has been read and picked by the Stallions defenders. This time it's Michael Hughes. And just like that, the Stallions have a 6-point lead. Force originally led 7-0. This Stallions defense carrying their team had the interception earlier that led to a touchdown, and now Burton will attempt the extra point.
And as a quarterback, you just have to eat that ball and take that sack. You can't just throw that up like that. You should know better.
Snap, set, kick. Burton's kick is short and right. And so it'll be no good. Your score, Cabarrus Stallions 13, Georgia Force 7. As you can see behind the end zone, Evangel Christian starting to warm up. Kerry Christian has already headed to their locker room to get ready. That game happening after this one. But right now, Cabarrus Stallions and Georgia Force are in a tight matchup. And Brandon, if
that would make it a lot easier for them to score as well. Hopefully they know how to do time management correctly, and they practice that very well. So they're going to need it.
Georgia Force, a old, pardon the pun, an old player in the world of homeschool football. And, of course, them and the Stallions traditionally going down to the NHSA National Championship Tournament down in Panama City, Florida in November. Here's the kickoff, fielded at the 25. This is Comby on the return on the left-hand side. Reverses field, has a block, has a lane, trying to get the edge, has it. And he is tripped up. The fans look like they maybe wanted a block in the back. But that defender still ended up making the play. I'll let you be the judge of this, Brendan. Right there.
That's kind of 50-50 because
so
his shoulder's kind of still in there, and you can kind of make it a block, but.
And he did end up making the play.
Yes, still. And that's a great hustle on his side.
And so the clock will reset to 38 seconds. Georgia Force coach, very astute in terms of time management. Those 7 seconds, that's a whole play. 48 seconds. No, he's saying 38. 3-8. That's 7 seconds. That's a whole play there, Brendan.
And let's see what they use out of it. Time is not on their side at the moment. They need to score here.
Avello is going to start in the shotgun. Empty backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 receivers right. He'll take the snap. Looking, fires left. Pass complete to Comby. Comby makes the first man, second man miss. Cross the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. 25, stays in bounds, cuts back inside, and finally brought down around the 18-yard line. Marshall Comby is a name we continue to call in this game, Brennan, and it's because he's making plays.
And he might not return that touchdown, but he was pretty close to getting that touchdown with the pass. And great move just to get free.
We'll get that shot momentarily. There you go. Avello takes the snap. Empty backfield again. Pressured. Steps up. He's going to tuck it and run across the 15, the 10, and forced out of bounds around the 7-yard line. 17 seconds to go, and the Force still have all 3 timeouts. They don't need to burn them right now. If they do choose to run the ball, they can stop it. Stop the clock, that is. And, of course, they have the chance to take the lead, and then they get the ball after halftime. They can score there and regain control of this game. Stallions defense, 2 massive turnovers, takeaways, and the Force will ask for a timeout here to regroup. So they'll get a game playing together. We're going to step aside. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. I do want to apologize to all the Georgia Force fans. Earlier in the game, I was misplacing Cabarrus and saying they were in South Carolina. This time, I've been mispronouncing Marshall Cumbie's name. There you go. Avello fires right. Pass is complete. Let's look at the call. Touchdown, Georgia Force. And just like that, it's a tie ball game.
And he just found a nice little spot in the zone and just sat. Watch this. Boom, wide open, just boop.
Looks like that was number 8 for the Force. Laracy with the reception. Yeah, Preston Laracy with the catch. This is Duke. Bad snap. Avello will tuck it and will get stopped. And so the extra point attempt is no good. We got a tie ball game, folks. 11 seconds left. It's Force 11, Stallions 11. And I believe during halftime we'll have a 10-minute halftime. Both cheerleaders, both teams, sets of cheerleaders, will perform, and we'll step aside and let them do so. Then we'll come back with the second half. 10-minute quarters for the second half as well. And then based off of that, it looks like we might be able to get an 8:30, 8:45, maybe 9 o'clock kickoff. 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central kickoff for Evangel Christian and Cary Christian. So 2-hour delayed kickoff. But it's about the best it was going to get under these circumstances. For those of y'all that missed it, earlier had a close to 2.5-hour rain delay. Sorry, 3.5-hour rain delay and lightning delay. Here's the kickoff by Duke, and it will bounce into the end zone again. Cabarrus has it yet to return a kickoff. Zachariah Duke has put the ball into the end zone every time. And if you're Cabarrus, Brennan, you don't necessarily argue with that because you save all 11 seconds and you can get 2 shots, maybe 3. You have 2 timeouts. You can take a couple shots here.
It's even 13-13. Just take a knee, head to the locker room, get everything figured out, and just come out and get ready for that second half.
And they have had a successful extra point attempt by Peter Burton. Not sure on his range in terms of field goals, but you would think comfortably inside 30, 35 yards, try for the 3 points. There's the handoff up the middle. This is going to be Forrester with the carry down to the 44-yard line, and Stallions will burn a timeout. 4 seconds remaining, so maybe with that run trying to get their quarterback Helton in position for a little bit of a Hail Mary, maybe even a hook and ladder. But with 4 seconds left, there's not many options you can do in this situation. Field goal definitely out of the question. You just, right here, Brendan, you're taking your stick and drawing up an end of half play in the dirt and throwing stuff at the wall, seeing if it'll stick.
You might even drive up with a nice little play where maybe a wide receiver can pick off a corner so you have one guy just run free and possibly make it to the end zone if the safety's not there.
Some of the situations that I've seen, some of the plays in this situation that I've seen, you've seen a hook and ladder, flea flicker, the pick play that you just called, just a regular good old Hail Mary. Maybe try a stop and go or an in and go, out and go. Just try to get it to one man, have him beat. Try to get one man to beat his man. Could just hand it off, try to bust a run free. Let's see what happens here. You could have a halfback pass. You could have a wide receiver pass. If you have a backwards pass to a wide receiver on a screen, they can still take the shot. Last play of the first half. Helton is under center. He'll take the snap and will knee it. That is the option I did not list, and that's the option the Stallions go with. That's the end of the first quarter. Folks, we got a whale of a game on our hands. It's Georgia Force 13, Cabarrus Stallions 13. Georgia and North Carolina locked in a tie. We'll step aside for a 10-minute halftime, let the cheerleaders perform a little bit, and then we'll be back with the second half. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Welcome back, everyone, to the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. James Shannon, Brendan Daniels on the call. Of course, this is game 3 of 4 between the Georgia Force and the Cabarrus Stallions. Tie ball game here at 13. Of course, right afterwards, we will have the kickoff for the Evangel Christian Cary Christian game. So if you are tuning in expecting that, apologies, had the 3.5-hour rain delay, but we're getting ready to kick off the second half. Here we go. Kickoff down to the 17-yard line where it'll be returned up the middle. And a great job by that Stallions defense closing in on Arnasalam. Want to give a big shout out to all 115 of you watching. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you'll come back for the final game tonight, and then I'm assuming that some of you watched the first 2 games, a JV matchup between these 2 teams. It was actually a really good game. Final score 28-8, I believe, was the final. No, 28-8 was the final. And then a game between Pack Panthers and Lighthouse Warriors. The game itself lasted about 5 hours with a 3.5-hour rain delay. Here's a carry up the middle. This is going to be number 12, Anthony McCarn, with a good hard run. Lighthouse had taken a 26-0 lead. Pack scored a touchdown. I believe first play of the fourth quarter. Got the onside attempt successful. And a face mask penalty in their favor. They were moving. And as soon as that happened, staff from Rocky Top Sports World came out. They had to shut everything down. The field was bare. You see everyone out here now. There was no one out here. They had lightning strikes, had storms, and so they had to clear everything out, wait for all that to pass. It has passed. And I give a big shout out to Rocky Top Sports World, Mr. Andrew Capps, for his job of coordinating everything. Avello fires left, incomplete. And you saw number 11 for the Stallions, that's Zion Goins. Try to come back for it. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. Avello is in the shotgun. He's flanked on his right-hand side. It looks like McCarn back there with him. Avello takes the snap, looking right, pressured, flushed out to his right. Still looking down the field, fires down the field. Pass is going to be incomplete. And that was number 5, Jonathan Fanning, trying to come back to it. Not able to in time. And Stallions have forced a 4th down. Force with an incredible effort at the end of the first half to tie the game. Bad snap made the extra point attempt unsuccessful. I mentioned earlier in the game, these 2 teams, formerly it was the Pioneer Football League, an older league for 11-man homeschool teams. It stretched across Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Georgia, I believe. Now with 5 teams in it. Meanwhile, here's the punt from Duke. It's going to be returned by Goins at the 30, across the 40, 45, 50. Oh, my! There is a flag, but that man has a family. Goins, that man has a family. You can't stiff arm him like that. There is a flag back at the 48-yard line. What a punt return, though, by Goins. I understand the flag and the caveat of that. And we caught the very end of that. Apologize we didn't get the replay. You can rewind back a little bit and watch it. And let's see the penalty. We'll get the call. It is holding against the Stallions. So it'll be 1st down. And will wipe a huge return off the board there. But I was talking about the 5 teams in the formerly Pioneer Football League, now the Southeastern Independent Football League. You have the South Carolina Spartans, Georgia Force, the Cabarrus Stallions, you also have the Greenville Hurricanes, former 8-man team that decided to move to the 11-man game and join this conference. The final team in that conference is the Anderson Cavaliers. Give up the middle here for Cabarrus, down just shy of the 45-yard line. So again, as I iterate, I'll reiterate it. This game not only has an impact on season records, it's a rivalry, it's a interstate matchup, it's a conference matchup too, a lot on the line. Give on the right-hand side, that's Forrester across the 50, carrying players down to the 48, and he will be shy of the first down marker. They're going to mark him shy at the 40. They do mark it at the 48, and it'll be a first down. What an effort by Cal Forrester. Got the end of the replay there. What an effort, though, by Cal Forrester. These two teams squared off last year. And it was a 23-14 win for the Georgia Force. They actually placed twice. They played in the championship game. Georgia Force got the 27-8 win. Ball on the ground, bad snap. Forrester has to pick it up and try to get back to the 48 to minimize the damage. And it'll bring up a second down for Cabarrus. Keeper here by Helton around the left-hand side. Looking for the edge. Has it down the sideline. Forced out of bounds inside the 30. And it'll be a Stallions first down. What an effort there by Helton. Six minutes to go in the third quarter. It's 1st and 10. Stallions going to a split back. Helton under center. Takes the snap. Pitch. That's Harris on the right-hand side. Has the lead blocker. Looking for the edge. Tripped up at the 25-yard line. And that was Vugler, who had an absolute showing in the JV game, and I believe this is Harris down. Welcome back in, everyone. Apologize. I'm going to apologize in advance. You see the score change, and let me get you caught up. Cabarrus Stallions, Teddy Helton, able to punch the ball into the end zone. The extra point was good. The Stallions took the lead. I apologize. Had some internet issues Well, we are back, and the Stallions are in black. Kickoff here, Georgia Force. We'll have 1st and 10. Oh, sometimes I quack myself up. Brendan, you know when a joke becomes a dad joke, right?
Yes.
What? When?
Oh, gosh. I'm so scared to answer this question, but.
When it becomes apparent.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Do y'all see what I have to do?
1st and 10, Georgia Force. Avello in the shotgun. Give up the middle. This is going to be Laracy. And he had a good run going, and he hit that Stallions defense.
They are going
So short yardage on the play. Sorry, Brennan.
No, you're good. I was just saying they are going to the whistle blows. And
oh, yeah.
That's how you're supposed to play.
I was talking about these two teams matching up last year. They have played each other a couple times over the years. 4 games played. I'll have those results for you here momentarily. Give up the middle and a quick tackle. Laracy on the carry. I'm sorry, that's McCarn. McCarn has had the carry the last couple plays. Number 12 for the Georgia Force. Well, per Max Preps, these two teams have officially faced off 3 times. They do have another game on here listed from 2017, which is a forfeit loss. They faced off 3 times in the last 2 years. October 23rd, 2021, Georgia Force with a 41-6 win. And then they played each other twice last year, a little bit closer games. But Cabarrus has never beat the Georgia Force, or at least has not beat them in the last couple of years. So looking to pull off something they haven't done in a while. Avello, throw to the left-hand side. Was that a catch? Let's look at this replay. Brennan, you tell me.
I'm going to call it catch because I saw him reach out for that ball and bring it in, but I've been wrong before.
They have ruled it incomplete. Throw is to Cumbie. Man, that's tight. They have marked it complete. They'll bring it up to the 42-yard line. Well, it instead of being incomplete and it being 4th and 10, it's now 4th and 3, a little bit more manageable. Stallions trying to make some noise. The Force are a little discombobulated. They're also down by 7 with 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And Force coach wants a timeout. He is frustrated about something. He's going to get everyone back on the same page. Cabarrus, though, making some noise, and you love to hear it. For those of y'all expecting to tune in and catch Kerry Christian and Evangel Christian, to recap, we had a 3.5-hour weather delay between lightning and rain and storms. We came back, finished the 2nd game that had 11 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Great comeback attempt by the Pack Panthers, had a successful onside kick. And now we are in the 3rd game here between the Cabarrus Stallions and the Georgia Force. The Kerry Christian Evangel Christian game that was set to kick off at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We are targeting an 8:45 kickoff, I believe, or maybe 8:30, depending on how the rest of this quarter and the 4th quarter goes. And you can see off to the left-hand side, it's not on the camera shot right now, but you can see off to there we go. There you go, Brendan. You can see off to the left, the field back behind on the left. Evangel Christian and Kerry Christian warming up. That way they are ready to go soon after this game is over, and that's how we will be. We will end this broadcast, and we'll restart up with the final broadcast of the day. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Big shout out to all 106 of you watching. We got a good one on our hands. Avello's in the shotgun, flanked on the right-hand side. Stallion showing blitz. Avello takes the snap, rolls right, steps up, trying to make a miss, and the Stallions shut down the Georgia Force at the 34-yard line. It's going to be a turnover on downs, and the clock is still running. Not sure why. So it'll be 1st and 10 Stallions from the 34. I believe there will be 3 minutes, maybe in 5 seconds, 10 seconds on the clock. Helton under center, give. This is Forrester, and Forrester's across the 25. A hard run for the young man. It's enough to pick up the first down.
I got 2:35 and rolling.
Trying to get the clock situated.
I got 2:25 and rolling. Stopping it because of the clock. 2:20.
Both sidelines trying to make some noise and get loud. So clock is going to be stopped at 2 minutes and 5 seconds. And then we'll start the clock.
2:20.
Helton is now in the shotgun, flanked on either side. He'll take the snap. Option to Forrester. Helton will keep it down to the 21-yard line.
Comey, one of the tackles.
That'll bring up a 2nd down. Cumbie in on the tackle.
Injury.
And a little bit of cramping here for the Stallions. Mentioned the last game of the night, Evangel Christian and Cary Christian. Evangel Christian, the 5-time reigning, defending, undisputed national champions, NHSA national champions. They are starting this season off taking on a solid opponent from North Carolina. Cary, North Carolina, the eastern portion of the Tar Heel State. Coming out of the NCIS AA. Evangel coming out of the ACSC, same as the Lighthouse Warriors, who took down the Pack Panthers from Columbia, South Carolina, coming out of the SIFA. Second down and 6. Helton. Oh, this is not Helton. This is Garmin under center and a give across the 20. Down to around the 18-yard line. It's 3rd down. And I mentioned the Stallions, their kicker. Peter Burton. He is successful on 2 extra points. And, of course, those are 20-yard kicks. Ball right now at the 18, it'd be a 35-yard field goal. Garmin takes the snap, fires right, puts it up, and incomplete, broken up. Broken up by Vugler, who had an outstanding showing in the JV game between these two. We got a little bit of cramping here by the Stallions. Need to bring in some Vlasic. So we'll have an injury timeout as they attend to the young man. And here on 4th down, this is an opportunity for the Stallions to kind of game plan and get an idea together of what they want to do. Brandon Ball spotted at the 18, 7 yards for the spot, puts it on the 25, 10 yards for the end zone, 35-yard field goal. You are up by 7. This would put you up by 10. Is it worth the risk?
I think it's worth the risk. You got to put your foot on the gas pedal, and you just got to go. Everything counts here. Like you said, this is a division game. This is very important. You got to score no matter what.
Medical staff tending to the young man, stretching him out. There we go, back up on his feet. Oh, no, not, well, he's up on his feet, but on the coach's feet. Just carrying him off the field. Let's see what the Stallions choose to do. Want to give a huge shout out to all 149 of you, 136 of you watching. Number just dropped 13, but a big shout out to everyone tuned in to the game, whether you're from North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte, whether you're from Sugar Hill, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, or maybe another state just wanting to watch a little football here on this Saturday. Welcome in. James Shannon, Brendan Daniel on the call. They're going for it. Garmin takes the snap. Keeper around the left-hand side. Correction, that's Helton. Ball is on the ground. They're going to say he was down by contact. No, they're going to say he was down by contact. There is a flag. Illegal formation. This will move it back 5 yards, and another player for the Stallions is down. This will move it back 5 yards to the 23-yard line. And so they will attend to this young man. We'll step aside. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. The chat in our game is undefeated. A big shout out to you guys. Number 0 is Alex Tadros, not Vugler. And we did not get him in on the roster that we were given. So apologies for that. But we head to the fourth quarter. We got a ball game, folks. It's Cabarrus Stallions 20, Georgia Force 13. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Welcome back to the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl. The Cabarrus Stallions 20, Georgia Force 13. here at Legion Field on the campus of Gatlinburg Pittman High School and Rocky Top Sports World. James Shannon, Brendan Daniel on the call. Here's Garmin, pump fake. That got his man open, fires, intercepted by the Georgia Force. That's number 5, Jonathan Fanning. And the Force start the fourth quarter off with the little adrenaline shot in the arm, the shot of Narcan they need to get something going.
And that ball was just too long in the air. You got to flatten that out just a tad bit, just enough for it to get to the wide receiver instead of just having it floating there.
It was a beautiful shoulder pump, Brennan. Beautiful. I mean, his man moved. He was open. And just a little too much air time. Georgia Force able to come over and get the interception. Fanning, great read on it. First interception of the day for that Force defense. Stallions have 2. One was a pick 6. So Force will take over at the 11-yard line, 1st and 10. Shotgun for Avello. Man on his right, takes the snap, give. Up the middle, that's number 12, Anthony McCarn. And bring up a 2nd and 10, no gain on the play. What a great day of football, all put on by Rocky Top Sports World, Mr. Andrew Capps at the spearhead of everything. Avello drops. Looking, fires right, passes, intercepted. 3rd interception of the day for Cabarrus, and that's number 3, McClelland. And he's going to go all the way into the end zone. Touchdown. There is a flag back at the 15. Let's look and see what the call is. But Avello throws his 3rd pick of the day and potentially his 2nd pick 6. So the touchdown will not stand. It will still be a 7-point game, but Cabarrus does have the ball. 3rd interception of the day for Avello. This Stallions defense, if you asked me in the first quarter how they're going to hold up, I wouldn't have said they're going to do that well, because the Georgia Force marched right down and scored the first touchdown of the game. Since then, the Stallions have had an answer for the Force 2 out of 3 times.
It's just really the secondary reading. It feels like they're just reading the quarterback's eyes. They're just watching to see who he's looking at, and they're just jumping in front at the right time.
First and 10 Stallions. Helton back under center. Give. Correction, that's Garmin. On the carry, though, is, let's see if we can get a number. It's going to be Forster on the carry, number 10, Cal Forster. It'll be a gain of 7. 2nd and 3. Under 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Stallions knocking on the door of a 2-score lead. Handoff again to Forster up the middle. Nothing doing. Georgia Force defense is there to get the stop. I'll bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and maybe closer to 3rd and 2 instead of 3rd and 3. Brennan, I posed this question earlier when Cabarrus was knocking on the door. They ended up not scoring. They threw the interception. Or it was a turnover on downs, I'm sorry, I believe. They didn't kick the field goal. So in this situation, 7-point lead. You did have the touchdown called back, but do you want to try to get points out of this and take a 2-score lead?
Absolutely, you do.
I'll get your answer in just a second. Here's the carry by Forster. Spin move to make the first man miss. Second man forces him out of bounds at the 12. And it is enough for the first down. So crisis averted in terms of fourth down here, but Brennan, absolute worst case scenario. I'll toss it to you again. Now that you're down to the 12-yard line, let's say you don't get past the 10 or past the 5. So it's fourth down and, 3 yards. Are you punching it in or are you taking the 3?
I'm punching it in. Georgia Force has proven they can score whenever they need to, but the defense has been holding, but sometimes you just need to.
He's still going.
He's still pushing.
And he's into the end zone.
He's in there.
Touchdown, Cabarrus Stallions.
That's
As a defender, you have to pick up the ball carrier. They didn't. The man was able to keep his legs moving. I believe that's Forrester.
And that's straight out of the Philadelphia Eagle handbook right there. Just take your quarterback and just keep pushing and push it until he gets free and gets in that end zone.
Let's look at it one more time, see what you can see, Brennan, in terms of a number. Try to watch it one more time. Maybe number 8. I don't know. Extra point attempt here to take a 14-point lead. Snap, set, kick, good. Good night in the morning. Peter Burton's automatic. And the Cabarrus Stallions have a 2-score lead. It's Stallions 27, Georgia Force 13. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Working on getting a number for y'all for the touchdown score there. Meanwhile, Burton with the kickoff inside the 20. It'll be returned by Cumbie across the 25, the 30, trying to find some space and finally brought down at the 34-yard line. And if somebody wants to go back on the broadcast and rewind, and maybe try to find a number that way if you want to give a shout out, that would be much appreciated. Meanwhile, we're going to try to keep looking on our side. Not able to get a number off that touchdown score. I do apologize about that.
6:53. 6:53.
6:53 being told. I'm going to give a big shout out to all 131 of you watching. Avello in the shotgun by himself. Has thrown 3 interceptions so far. No, correction, they've made a change of quarterback. I'll get that number here momentarily. Carry on the left-hand side, out of bounds. That's number 10, Randall Fanning. And Fanning has the force moving for a first down. So Fanning has now come in at quarterback. First and 10, Georgia Force at the negative 47-yard line. Fanning looking, fires across the middle, pass complete to Cumbie. Cumbie makes his man miss at the 15, 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Force.
Just like I told you, Georgia Force has proven they can come down on the field and score again.
Randall Fanning has come into this game, had a huge run on the left-hand side, and then a strike to Marshall Cumbie. And we got a one-score game here. And the extra point attempt here, Zachariah Duke racing out to get in position. And Fanning's coming off. Avello is the traditional holder for the extra points and field goals. So Fanning will come off the field. Avello will hold for this. Snap, set, kick is blocked, and you cannot return it. So extra point is no good. But it's still a one-score game. It's Stallions 27, Georgia Force 19, 6:26 to go in the ball game. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Georgia Force set to kick off. Let's see if they do anything resembling an onside. The official will blow it dead. Not sure what's going on here. Force down by 8 here in the fourth quarter. And this false start, they were huddling up. They broke the huddle and took off, and there was a player 10, 15 yards down the field. So Force will kick off from the 35-yard line. Duke with the pooch kick, down, bounces at the 35, returned with a head of steam up the middle, kicker to beat as well as Tadros, and it won't happen, but it's number 28, I believe, LB Harris with the return. Just absolutely bursting up the middle, puts the Stallions in a great field position at the 38-yard line. They do lead by 8, 6:19 to go in the ball game. Stallions looking to burn clock here, Brennan. Here's the pitch to Forrester on the left-hand side. He is met in the backfield. And he tries to get a few yards back, but really not a whole lot. Loss of yardage, matter of fact. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a loss of 3 and a timeout called here by the Stallions. And the coach has to get his guys back on the same page, get them refocused. Brennan, I imagine he's telling them, look, guys, you're right there. The win is here. We just have to handle business, run the clock, and control the ball.
And that's really just on the offensive line, able to keep the blockings enough where you can get a hole and at least gain some yardage. You don't want to gain too much, but just enough where you can run the clock and get this win.
I want to give a big shout out to all 120 plus of you watching. And again, these Stallions have not beat the Force in the last 2 years. Force have won the last 3 games in the series between the two. This is Garmin in at quarterback. Keeper on the right-hand side. Spins, trying to make a man miss. They will blow the whistle. It'll be a sack. And they will mark him down at the 45-yard line. That is a loss of 4. And now they are facing 3rd and 17.
And now you're starting to feel that little momentum change now that Georgia has scored. Now they're kind of feeling it on defense to getting these stops. If they get this one, it's going to be a little tricky here for
Georgia Force fans trying to make some noise, trying to will their team on. They'd like to get the turnover. Coinovello has played quarterback the majority of the game, has thrown 3 interceptions. 1 was a pick 6. You had Randall Fanning come in. Big gain on a run, and then a strike to Marshall Cumbie to make this a 1-score game. Whistles as soon as the ball is snapped. We'll get delay of game on the Stallions. Another loss of 5. Trying to get their ducks in a row. The fans are being loud. And Garmin, one of the younger quarterbacks for the Stallions, he's learning, Brennan, especially in situations like this, you don't really have the play clock to look at. You have to watch the back official. And when his arm goes up, I believe it's 5 seconds, correct?
I believe so. And as a young quarterback, he's been doing great. And if this is his only penalty for a delayed game, we'll cut him some slack this time. But he has to keep his eye on the back ref.
Garmin in the shotgun. Takes the snap, play fake, give to Forrester. He'll get up the middle and across the 45. Nothing else, though. They'll mark him at the 44. And so this will be 4th down and 15. And the Georgia Force will burn a timeout. 4:44 to go. They will try to regroup. We'll step aside. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Fourth and 15. Stallions need to convert here. Force need to stop. Down by a score. Under 5 minutes. Quick kick. Great call. And it will bounce at the 17 and go out of bounds maybe Well, the flag is down at the 17. Maybe a player going back and forth. Let's see what the call ends up being. No flag on the play. Inadvertent flag. Big shout out to all 120 plus of you watching. So Georgia Force, they get the stop they need. They get the ball. And so with 4:33 to go in the fourth quarter, folks, get in, sit down, buckle up, shut up, and hang on. Georgia Force need a game-tying drive here. They can only tie right now, though. It is an 8-point game. We could have overtime, which with the 3.5-hour weather delay would be the worst-case scenario. Fanning still in at quarterback, takes the snap, rolls right, making men miss around the corner. There is a flag in the backfield. Fanning across the 20, 25, out of bounds at the 29. We'll see what the flag is, though, potentially either face mask or holding is my guess. We'll get the call. All right, so it is holding. So a 10-yard penalty, but they will replay first down. Sorry, 5-yard penalty. So it's 1st and 15. Fanning standing on the 1 to take the shotgun snap. Empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Fanning takes the snap, looking, has time, fires across the middle, pass incomplete, intended for Cumbie, just through his outstretched hands. Georgia Force will now face a 2nd and 15. As I mentioned before, stay tuned, folks. Soon after this game is over, we've got the nightcap. Evangel Christian and Cary Christian. And it is what has been an eventful but a good first Black Bear Brawl. Great way to kick off the season for all these teams involved. Even with a loss, still good to get the season going. Fanning standing at his 1 in the shotgun. Again, empty backfield. Takes the snap, pressured. He'll have to tuck it and step up, but not much. Dropped at the 8-yard line. He will pick up a couple yards, and it'll be 3rd down. And that Stallions defense Third and 15. 3:37 and counting to go in the ball game. Fanning takes the snap, looking, has time, fires across the middle. Incomplete. Pass intended for Cumbie. And what a job by, I believe that's Garmin. Yeah, Case Garmin. What a job on the PBU. And it's now 4th and 15. Not sure if it's a cramp or something worse. They are calling for medical staff, and so we will step aside. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Georgia Force facing a 4th and 15. If they're not successful here, Stallions will have great field position. Really don't even need to score, though. Fanning drops, fires left, looking for his man. Pass is
caught.
Complete. They rule it complete. Let's look at this replay, Brennan. High school rules, you only got to get 1 foot in, I believe.
And I believe he got that.
Unless I'm mistaken. Let's look though. Right here on the left-hand side. Oh, scoreboard was blocking it. But a great catch. Fanning with a perfect throw where only the receiver could get it. And it's a 1st and 10 at the 29. Shotgun, empty backfield. Fanning takes the snap, has time, looking, steps up, fires across the middle. Pass complete to Cumbie. Stallions want to call for illegal forward pass, saying he was past the line of scrimmage. He was not, though. Force, hurry up. Just over 3 minutes to go. Force have all 3 timeouts. They have a little room to work, a little room to breathe. Randall Fanning has been a godsend to this offense since he came into the game. He's done a great job stepping up. Fanning takes the snap, pressured, now dropped, sacked. Inside the 35-yard line, down at the 33, Stallions. All that momentum the Force had, the Stallions answered back and potentially ripped it away. Ball is at the 34-yard line. Receivers have to hurry back, which gasses them out. I'm sorry, 2 timeouts for the Force. Two receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Fanning, high snap. He's got to go back and get it. He might have time. He does. He has time to look. Now he's going to tuck it and try to run and make something happen. Makes the first 4 or 5 man miss. Fires. Almost hit the throw. Caught by Todros at the 50. Down to the 45. That's where the Stallions will get him. Randall Fanning making chicken pot pie out of chicken scrap.
It's that moment. You want to keep the hurry up play going.
It's a 1st down for the Georgia Force. Randall Fanning, twice now, has kept his team in this. Just over 2 minutes to go. Fanning, man in his face, steps up. He's looking to throw. He can't. He's going to tuck it and run across the 45, 30, 35. Still looking, and he will be met and driven back after making it up to the 31, 32-yard line. Big shout out to all 140 of you watching. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are getting your money's worth, and you're not even paying for it. And now we'll get a timeout called here by the Stallions. They are trying to slow this down, catch their breath. And this actually works out as well for Randall Fanning and this Georgia Force offense to catch their breath as well. We're going to catch our breath as well, and we'll step aside real quick. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Georgia Force at the 32-yard line. Empty backfield. Randall Fanning has taken over this ball game. He takes the snap, pressured, steps up with man in his face, looking for Todros. He got the catch. Todros at the 10. Todros with a great catch. Great job coming to get the ball. And Randall Fanning, he's just rolling. They're rolling. It's under 2 minutes to go. Takes the snap, looking, steps up. He's going to get dropped at the 15. Didn't have the time that he thought he did. It's fine. Force still have two timeouts at a minute and a half.
And with that last play, he was just able to scramble out, but There's no one open, so he just had to eat it. He's the right type of quarterback to take over, and he knows what he's doing right now.
Fanning catching his breath in the shotgun. High snap, pulls it down. Has time, fires across the middle. Pass intended for Cumbie. What a job. What a job.
23 with great coverage. Tyree Preaching with great coverage
22.
and probably saved the game.
Number 20,
Tie right there.
22, Mark Elam with the PBU. Fanning had Cumbie dead to rights at the 1 yard line, and Elam channeling his inner Matumbo. He said, no, not today. Fanning takes the snap, fires left, looking for Tadros. It's a touchdown! Georgia Force! We got a 2-score game, y'all!
It's just a perfect comeback for the wideout. Able to get Fanning in. Great job.
They do have to get the 2-point conversion. If they don't, they have 2 timeouts. If they get it, there is so much pressure on the Stallions to answer. They had a 2-touchdown lead, and Randall Fanning has come in this game and taken over. I formation. Fanning, play fake, throws right, man's wide open. He got it. 2-point conversion attempt is good. It's Tadros. We got a tie ball game. The Georgia Force. Brendan, they got some grown men on that team.
And who knows, with the change of quarterback, that'll change the whole momentum of the game plan right there. Fanning just showing that he was the starter meant to be in the beginning of the game. No questions asked there.
The Georgia Force are showing why they are the reigning, defending, undisputed Southeastern Independent Football League champions. They might be down, but they're never out, darn it. Stallions got to answer back here. They answered back in the first quarter when the Force took a 7-0 lead. They got to answer here. 1:08 to go. Hey, Evangel, Kerry Christian, you're over here to the left watching. The pressure's on y'all. Nope. Your game. This is the bar now. Duke set to kick it off, and he's going to bomb this. I mean, the ball has a family. Duke, you can't keep putting it back there. The Stallions will start at the 25. 1st and 10. The Stallions will start at the 25. Teddy Helton. And I apologize, I don't mean to sound biased. I'm not biased for either one of these teams. What an incredible comeback by the Georgia Force. I was hyped for the Stallions earlier in the game when they started to come back. I just want good football, y'all. Helton is going under center, split back. Give to the up man. That's Forrester across the 30. Neither one of these teams really, I mean, unless it gets down to a 3rd, 4th down situation, neither one has a reason to burn timeouts. Cabarrus has 1, Force has 2. We'll see what both of these teams end up doing. 2nd and 5. Carry up the middle. This is number 7, Cody Arinsman. And he's down to the 40-yard line with a little Ric Flair at the end. And he has put Cabarrus. He has put Cabarrus on the Georgia Force side of the field. Now, the Force do have 2 players. They got 2 players limping right now, and it's 2 guys who have contributed to them in a major way. Anthony McCarn, and I believe that might be – it's Jonathan Fanning. So he's heading to his side. McCarn is getting checked out. We're going to step aside and catch our breath, and we'll come back for the rest of this ball game. 31 seconds to go. It's tied at 27. Cabarrus Stallions, Georgia Force. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. First and 10 for the Stallions. Garmin, keeper on the option. Tries to get around the right-hand side. Stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey just shy of the 40 at the 41. I'm sorry, that was not Garmin. That was Helton on the carry. Timeout called by the Stallions. They're going to try to slow down, regain composure. 12 seconds to go. That was their final timeout. So now the option, unless you get a throw out of bounds, Brendan, now the option to get in field goal range and try to win this on a walk-off, that option's pretty much gone unless you can get an out-of-bounds throw.
And that's if you – honestly, I would go for a crazy little play-action play.
That's if you want that.
I mean, you have no choice at this rate. Get a play-action pass, throw it, then call a timeout real quick.
Well, you can't call a timeout. They're out of timeouts. So they're going to have an out route or a flag route or something.
And then you're going to have to tell your wide receivers, get out instantly.
Get out of bounds,
Do
exactly.
not juke. Do not do anything crazy. This is that moment where you win it all.
And again, like I said, that's if you want that. Unless you just want to go to overtime.
We're not going to complain about overtime with this
No, bonus football, baby. I've never heard someone complain about bonus football. That's like going to McDonald's. They put an extra thing of fries in your bag. No one's complaining here.
I don't know about McDonald's.
Shotgun
fries.
formation. This is Helton. Flanked on either side. Takes the snap. Play fake. Looking deep. Fires deep. He's looking for incomplete. The pass was intended for Patrick. And now 6 seconds remaining.
That's the shot you wanted right there. If only you could put more arm on that. He probably makes it out there, and he might get tackled right there at the 18, I'd say.
And honestly, Brendan, it's been a minute since I've called an overtime game. I'm looking forward to this.
Same here.
Barring a Smoky Mountain miracle. Here's the snap. Looking, fires, right-hand side, passes incomplete, broken up. Folks, there's 3 zeros on the clock and a flag at the 49. Let's get this. We do have players down at the 10. Roughing the passer. Called on the Georgia Force.
One on time down.
Now, where are they going to spot this untimed down? It is a 15-yard penalty. Brennan, with an untimed down, no harm, no foul. Ball is going to be spotted at the 26. It would be a 43-yard field goal. Untimed down, no harm, no foul. You got to take the shot.
Yeah, at this rate, you had no choice.
You have no choice. You have a chance to kick off the season.
But I think
epically.
Coach is talking and trying to coach up a play here. But if I'm coach, I'm going to talk to my kicker and be like, hey, all this pressure on you.
And they are stretching out a Stallion at the 10-yard line. What a situation. So Rocky Top Sports Wall got permission from the city of Gatlinburg to start the last game at 9 o'clock. We're not starting the last game at 9 o'clock because this one's still going to be going. They are going to go for it here. This is Helton at quarterback in the shotgun. Flanked on his left, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Let's see what they've drawn up in the turf. Ball at the 26. Untimed down to win it or go to overtime. The snap. The throw left. This is Garmin looking for his man. Incomplete. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls of all ages, we're going to overtime. We're going to step aside and get clarification on the overtime rules. And then we'll be back. We'll get them explained to you. We'll lay everything out. And then we'll be right back. This is the 2023 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. All right, folks, as you can see in the middle of the field, Avello, and we'll try to get the number for the Stallions. They're out doing a coin toss. Try to get a number here in a moment. This is for possession. It looks like Stallions won the toss. They're choosing the end of the field, which means the Force have the choice. Well, let's see. Let's see what ends up happening here. I'm a little confused on the motions. Stallions will start first. So both teams, the Stallions will start at the 10-yard line. They're going to get a chance to score. If they score, it goes to the Georgia Force. If they don't score, it goes to the Georgia Force. Georgia Force have a chance to score. If both score or both do not score, after 3 periods, three tries for both teams, then it goes to sudden death, I believe. I believe that's TSSAA rules, which is what we're playing this game by. These are TSSAA officials. So, here we go. They will choose. I believe that's what Cabarrus chose, was to stick to this end zone. So Stallions will get the first shot at it. This is Helton under center. Takes the snap. Give to the back. Down to the 8-yard line. They get their 4 downs because there's no first down. So it's technically first and goal from the 10. So they get 4 shots at it. If they get it, regardless of whether they get it or not, Georgia Force get a chance. If they get it and the Force don't, game over. If they both get it, they go to a second. If they both don't get it, it's over. Or they go to a second. And then if the Stallions get it, Force don't, game over. So here we go. Second down. Helton takes the snap. He'll keep it down to the 5. This is going to be 3rd down. We'll get the camera shot squared away here in just a second. We'll get a timeout called here for an injury, and we'll step aside for just a moment.
Okay.
Third down. Helton under center, split backfield. Helton takes the snap, pitch. This is to Harris on the right-hand side, looking for the edge. He has it. Flag back at the 8-yard line, though. And if there is a flag, let's say this is a holding 10-yard penalty. They'll repeat the down. It's holding. So they'll get another shot at it. They will get another shot at third down, but from outside of the 10 due to the holding call. Helton under center. Pitch to the right-hand side. This is Harris looking for the edge. Makes the first man miss across the 10. No good. It's fourth down. Now, if the Stallions do not get this, then the Georgia Force have a chance to win it. And if I'm not mistaken, let me verify whether or not the Force can kick a field goal and win it. Here momentarily. We'll do it momentarily. Bonus football, folks. Helton, pitch to the left-hand side. This is Forrester. Forrester trying to get there. He won't. Georgia Force have shut him down. And now Randall Fanning and this Georgia Force offense. They got a shot. So Georgia Force will have a shot to win this. We're going to step aside for just a moment and get a quick clarification. I have received clarification. Any points wins the game right here. Now, you don't want to try the field goal on first down, because if you miss, you've squandered 3 opportunities. No, they're not. They're gonna go for the touchdown. They're gonna try. Man in motion. Fanning in the backfield. He is flanked on his right. Takes the snap, Looking, tucks it, runs, one man to beat, and he will not beat him. He gets stopped at the 5. Stallions defense steps up.
This young quarterback is just a man on a mission. You can tell he definitely wanted to throw the ball. He saw something, but he had nothing but green grass, so he took it.
Second down. Fanning in the shotgun, flanked on his right. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Fanning looking, fires across the middle, incomplete. No pass interference. The pass was already by Cumbie. Third down. Now Duke is starting to head onto the field. And now he comes back. It's not 4th down. If it's 4th down, they've got to kick this. It's not 4th though. They've got one more shot. The ball is spotted at the 5. It's 3rd down. They're going to try to punch this in one more time. Shotgun for Fanning, man on his right. Takes the snap. Give to that man, trying to punch it in. He's in! Touchdown, Georgia Force! They've come back from 14 down! And it's a walk-off! What an effort from both of these groups of young men, both Cabarrus and Georgia Force. Folks, in your houses, give these young men a hand. The people in the stands are. What a ball game! And we've got one more. But wait, there's more. This was only game 3. We got game 4 coming up. It's the 5-time defending national champion of Angel Christian, Cary Christian, out of North Carolina. They will meet here momentarily. We're going to stop this broadcast. We're going to go to the next one. It'll be Spencer Thompson and Brendan Daniel on the call. I'm James Shannon. Thank you so much for catching this ball game. You folks have a great night.